Oh, hey there, guys. Elton McFall here, aka Retro Old School. Well, this is weird for two reasons. Number one, because I started using a selfie stick with my cell phone on there so I can do this video because it was a gift, the selfie stick from one of my subscribers, Ed Beatty out of Savannah, Georgia. Thanks again, buddy. And you can see him shaking a bit. Sorry about that. And then the second thing that's weird is that it comes with a microphone, which was plugged into my phone on the selfie stick, but it didn't bloody record any sound that I was coming out of, the words coming out of my mouth. So now what I'm doing is I'm doing something I've never done before, is basically doing a play-by-play, a recording with my phone, looking at the videos that I did of all these paintings, such as the New Look painting, which you probably saw that I just finished a few days ago, or last week. It took many, many hours to make this, and anyway, long story short, I got 800 bucks out of it because there's so much work involved in this. Everything that I thought was simple to do was complicated, especially the windows and even the silver sides, but very, very much worth it, and very happy the way it came out. Not exactly what I wanted, but very good. And again, sorry, I haven't gotten the control yet of yeah, and to ship that, well, it's probably going to cost like about 100 bucks. And I'm sorry, but I won't ship any of my paintings overseas because there's too much of a risk because they are original works, and of course because they'll cost double what it costs to ship that here in Canada. By the way, the Centraide ad there on the that's as one of my viewers suspected, that's the Canadian version or Quebec version of the United Way, very old company that helps people and all that. So I thought it was fitting in a world of unfortunate selfishness. Yours all truly also, I'm guilty of it. And by the way, that bus is I could have done it the blue colors as everybody remembers them, but they made these New Looks from 1959 to 1983, so they were brown for quite a few years, framed or done over the years. Like this picture I took, beautiful picture I took of a PCC streetcar on the Castro in San Francisco when I was there in 2006. Beautiful piece, 50 bucks, original. There's a picture, just wonderful piece, and again, for somebody who loves transportation and the old school, and very affordable because the frame's not perfect. There's a picture of Jimmy, not really for sale, the legend of rock and roll there, one of the pioneers. Looking outside my window here in Hochelaga, in Montreal, and a beautiful day but windy, so I'm not in a rush to go out. There's a painting I bought. I bought this a few months ago at a second-hand store for peanuts, man, and I will sell it. But really cool. Look, I mean, it's signed 1974. Very psychedelic of that time. It's got that kind of whole space thing. Beautiful colors, and even the frame is a really nice vintage frame. There, like the double chrome lines on it. Great condition for something that old. French artist. I don't know if it was done here. Probably done here because I think my sister-in-law has something similar from this artist. So I don't know, make me an offer. Easy to ship something like that too. It's not too big, it's not heavy, I think now we're going to move on to Christine here. Yeah, there's my Christine that I can't believe I never sold it actually. Here in my living room, I did this painting several years ago now. I think it's probably been about 5-6 years, and 58 Plymouth Belvedere, of course. In the book and the movie it's a Fury, but most of those cars used for that movie were Belvederes. And of course I made up my own kind of type of building, my own way in the background, and I just love how the red pops out and the contrast of it all. It's really cool. And I was mentioning that there was a guy when I used to sell on eBay. He bought a few things from me that were 58 Plymouth relatives from Texas. I mean, he's known. So there's Gloria. Brrr. Gloria is a typical midday snooze, or looks like it anyway. And when I sold my friend Scott the 61 Monarch last year, just to ship it to him cost almost 260 bucks. So this is the same size, cost the same thing, and to the States probably cost the same as well. So, but if somebody gives me 500-600 bucks, gone, sold. The grill alone I think took four hours. So yeah, and there's no prints to that. The only prints there is maybe to this is only the stuff that were on t-shirts and mugs from Teespring. And check that out also, by the way. You'll see the link to the merch I've got it with Teespring there below my videos. Okay, I'm getting all crooked with the camera there. Still don't have a good handle of it. But again, I don't really care if I don't sell that. It's such a cool painting. It's so, the kind of like in your face kind of look. Again, the lighting, it's that mean looking. Oh, I love the sound of a V8 there, even from the step vents. This is kind of cool. I've never done anything like this before. My God, I like doing things I've never done before. I know geez, I saw something in an ad I put online recently for a brandy from 1980 or something, and it says those that it said something like those who don't try anything new are doomed to grow old too fast. Man, it's true because I'm 46, but I feel like a boomer a lot of times. This is a painting I bought a few years ago just because I thought it was so cool. There's such an amazing texture of it, this sexy dancing chick there. But, again, I buy and sell. Some things I sell, some things I keep. And, I've had it for a few years. I just think I love the texture on that. It's amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was a peanuts, too. It was just almost a giveaway price if I find the amount of work in that. Look at that. Look at that quality. Yeah, something else. There's the old LTD painting, yeah, which of course the cell phone has got a problem with that yellow because it doesn't show it well. How the yellow looks much nicer than that. It looks much more orangey, kind of more of like a reddish tone. And now it's like this. The phone, yeah, it doesn't like that yellow. It throws it off. It's like I guess a magenta or something. And but yeah, it definitely looks cooler than that. See, I tried a different trick, tilting it to the side, see if it looks better. It looks a bit better, but still a little off there. There's like a light compensation on that. And then I think at this point I get closer to, yeah, I got the idea of doing this painting. I did it last year or the year before from that original 1970 Ford hubcap. And a lot of artists would have done a Mustang doing something like that. And I got the idea, so why not do a real life-size car with the hubcap, the rim, the tire, and everything? And I said, me, I love my old Ford Horse. I did an old Ford LTD, like a New York taxi with the buildings in the back. Again, I'm sorry about the quality of the image here over here, but again, if somebody's really serious and wanting to buy this, I mean, I could ship it, but what's it going to cost? Like $1,000, $800 or something ridiculous. But especially if you're coming to come pick it up, well, I could send you some better. I'll send you the link to I'll send you the link to the where it's for sale. Better pictures. I think this is where, yeah, I could have moved the lamp over. I think to the LTD painting. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better. See, that looks more realistic. There's something funny about this phone. The more you move away from the subject, the more it looks better. This is one of my subscribers. I don't know if he's still subscribed to me, but he's quite an aloof artist from Oklahoma. And he came up here years ago, and he did this painting based on one of my videos I did in Old Montreal of this train, from a still from that video. Really cool stuff, and he did a great job. It was a very nice gift from him. He's a hell of an artist. And again, I got the light over the gooseneck lamp. I got it over to here to see if I can make this thing look better, but it's not amazing, but it's still really, really impressive. And everybody that's ever come over, even to buy stuff from me, and they don't know me, they see that and they're like, oh wow, cool, that's really neat, that's different, and yeah, and that's why I won't take less than $1,000 for it. It wasn't just because the canvas alone costs $125, and I had to get Ed to come over to help me with his van to bring it over. But yeah, it's the idea as well. It's worth a few bucks, That's with paintings, eh? The bigger they are, the more they cost. Just like anything, the bigger the job, the more the work, more it costs. And yeah, that's I don't know what I was pointing at. I guess about the details in the rim and also the tire. See there, that looks more exact the way it is. There's the lamp. Yeah, that's exact. That's how it's supposed to look. That's cool. Gives you a perspective there with my shoes there and my big shoes, big feet, size 13. Now we're going to show the this train also. I had a hard time getting the colors right on that. Also, what a pain in the ass. Another one where kind of surprised I never sold that. I mean, but again, most people can't afford these kinds of things. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This painting alone, I had put it for like, I don't know, $1,200. I mean, obviously I'm not going to get that, but I'd like to get something close to that because there's a lot of work in here. There's all these coats of paint. There's all these things I have to over and over fix again to make them look the way I want. Oh no, actually that looks right. Actually, the colors are correct over here. There's no like blue tint or anything. Yeah. Pictured with Westmount train station. And what the hell am I doing here? I'm all like, oh yeah, I took it off the nail. Yeah, to give you to show you better in the light, see if it looks right. But yeah, the glare from the facing window It's not making it help look right. I should have probably have closed the blinds. But again, this is something if you're serious, and it's not a big deal. I'll send you the link to where I have it listed. You could see for yourself. And worst case scenario, if it's to ship it out to BC or wherever you are, souvenir in Montreal, I'll send you better pictures. No problem. But again, this is going to be like, almost $300 just to ship this. So it's not for people who are poor like me. Again, I apologize for and that's an F unit 1951, which all these CTCUM commuter trains, they were formerly CP rail locomotives, because it was formerly CP rail handling this, and then it became the CTCUM. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess CP rail had enough on their plate or something. But yeah, was very proud with the very realistic look of this locomotive, and yeah, it's very cool stuff there. All right, where are we going with all this here? I don't even know what I'm talking about there. I'm still rambling on about something probably. But yeah, take a reasonable offer for that. When I mean reasonable offer, I mean like much more than 500. Moving down my hallway, here's an older painting I did when I moved here. I think a year after I moved here, probably in 2014. So yeah, about 8 years ago. This Peterbilt 359 Wrecker, which actually I based a lot of it using a model. This is an exact model of that. Built model, not one that I made, but a built plastic model kit I used as a reference. And then you have the Nova scrap here, 97 to 98 STM Nova Bus LFS, which they were comfortable, but again, they were pieces of junk. And it's amazing, some of them did more than 10 years. And yeah, I love how I, painted this like at night. And again, this is another one of my paintings. I think it's probably a bit bigger than the Christine even. And I got to get like $500 for that, because again, I think the grill alone took hours and hours to paint that. And also, I could, me, I always have to be different as an artist in how I do things and what I paint, because most guys would have done a Peterbilt like with all the chrome wheels, chrome grill, chrome everything, chromed out, all the extra lights and graphics and whatever. I said no, I want to do just like plain Jane work truck, and I actually based it kind of a company. A construction or trucking company. I had dump trucks. They were orange with the white stripe like that, and I thought it was cool, And this is like kind of based off of like facing Lionel Groulx metro station, where the truck would have turned off of where all the buses park on Saint Jacques onto Atwater, heading south towards the highway, So we're going to go to my room now next. No, now we're in my office. Now in my office, and there's everything you see here is for sale, except for maybe the models, unless of course you have to have it. There's another heavy truck, classic truck, white Freightliner. I did this one back in when I lived in Lachine back in 2012. And that's actually on Saint Joseph Street in Lachine, where the ancient CP overpass is beautiful, like stones and everything, bricks, not bricks, but stones. And yeah, so this is a representation heavily influenced from, Terminator 2 and movies like that. But, somebody has to have this. I know I'm not going to get $300. I framed it myself, but, if somebody gives me $250, I'll be happy. All this stuff's for sale. There's the 38 Chevy. This one I have put in a frame not a few months ago. I happened to find by fluke in my place and fit perfectly. This is actually from a picture that I took of this, the same angle back in Chertsey, Quebec in 2002, except I did this one green, and it's just beautiful. Love the sunset with the headlights on. Love that lighting. And it's that I could sell really cheap. Like, I don't know, if I was asking $150, not framed, but, make me a reasonable offer. It won't be much to ship it. This actually I bought last year, and right a few blocks from my place on Ontario Street. Just a guy is selling his stuff on the street, and it was $30, Yeah, and lots of other goodies that I have that I put together. Yeah, like these original photos of a Cordoba. Then there's all these pictures of street scenes with trucks from books and magazines from the 70s, 80s, 60s. And price to sell, as always. There's that Via Rail original photo, by the way, of that MLW locomotive. Probably looks like it's at Dorval, I'd say. Lots of vintage original hubcaps, and license plates aren't for sale, but hubcaps are. Going into my room here, I'm going to finish with these two drawings on that wall, but I wanted to show my my last painting that I have here. This 65 Chevy Armbruster limousine. But actually, as I found out recently, I think they were called just an airport car because they weren't technically limousines, but they were custom made in 6 or 8 doors, sorry. This is based off a Chevy Impala or Bel Air or whatever. And just thought, I've always loved limousine and stretch cars, so I thought I got to do that one day. That was part of my plans, is to do a drawing or a painting of one of these cars. And then, of course, I got really interested in those years in airliners. And this is like 2013. I painted this when I lived in Ville Saint Pierre in Lachine. So I got this Iberia jet, which actually I got this picture, an exact angle from a book my grandmother gave me on Spain, because my grandparents used to vacation there every year for a few months, you know. And I love this painting. Again, it's one of those paintings I don't even care if I don't sell it. It's just so damn cool, you know. But again, if somebody's serious, I've had it several years. I was originally asking, you know, again, $600-700. You know, we'd love to get that, but if somebody offered me, let's say, $550, it'll go out the door, you know. And to ship it, well, you know, I mean, I can make the best prices I can, but again, I made these things, so it's not like, you know, I picked them up cheap or anything. And you know, I'm not really flexible. I'm a bit flexible, but not totally. So. But yeah, just very, just a neat item, you know, and it's a pride and joy. And I don't know what the hell else I'm talking about here, but I'm trying to figure out what else to say at this point with this painting. Oh yeah, and I even put a plate, a Quebec 1970 plate in the front of it, just to make it look like it's got a few years, which it doesn't. Of course, it doesn't look like it has a few years at all. But yeah, terrific angles, perfectly. Yeah, it was funny. I remember working on that painting on my third floor apartment, Lachine, which wasn't big, but it was great how in the afternoon the sun would just shine in there. It was great for painting. This is an enlarged photo I took, one of a kind, of OC Transpo Ottawa New Look for sale. It's $80, I think. This is a picture Scott from Alberta gave me from his friend Mark. That gave him that. That's in the Point St. Charles area, I think, probably in the 70s. And then finishing off with this this drawing I did once again in Lachine, probably 2000. Again, 2000. No, I think I was going to say 2012. I think it's 2010 actually. I think I was going through a rough time, and I had this idea for years to you know, to do a drawing with a tornado coming back of a car there, and I call it Unsuspecting Trooper. And what's cool is that the car actually is one of few, I think it's one of the very few series of drawings of old cars like this on markers, pen, and on paper, where it's like I did that actually from memory. I only used a model I had that I made of a 59 Galaxy as a reference here and there. I didn't like even have it in front of me. It was just mostly from memory. And how the hell did I get the idea? I don't know. Probably years after, from seeing the movie Twister, you know. And sorry about the glare there from the window. I know it's not ideal. If you're serious about buying, I'll send you the link with better pictures, you know. So, yeah, that streetcar, that's not for sale. This is finishing off here with the drawing I did in 2008, I think, when I briefly quit smoking. Yeah, the camera doesn't like low light. I've noticed that. That's where it starts to get out of focus. But yeah, you can see it's a bus driver, Montreal bus driver driving a GM New Look. And I remember sitting in the front, you know, for years and watching him turn that big wheel there, making a full turn. And I was very impressed by that. And you got the whole fishbowl windshield, very unique to those GM buses, which we all miss. And yeah, you know, I frame myself, but I can sell without the frame. But frame right there, like with the frame, that's like, I don't know, $250, something like that. A lot of work in there, a lot of detail. I even did the whole street crack there. It's actually supposed to be on the corner of Fielding and Broadway. I actually used a bit of a Street View reference for some of that there, you know. And that's about it, guys. Sorry, I'm yawning there, but I want to thank you guys for watching. And again, if you, you know, you want to, you're interested in any of this, but you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at 514-598-1773. You can text me. You can find me on Facebook as well. I'm very transparent. I make good prices, but, you know, of course, I don't want to be taken advantage of, and I don't ship overseas again. Sorry, but you will definitely be glad you did business with me, and have a unique art from a unique YouTuber, and also, you know, somebody who's visually impaired who can't drive legally. But again, this is really like, this is my life. My life is sacrificed to, you know, vintage vehicles and their preservation, and whether I'm doing models or drawings or filming them or whatever, you know, it's it's a lifelong passion, and ideally, I think one day I would be buried in an old Chevy or something. And yeah, it's so again, thanks again for watching. Merci beaucoup, and please share also this video if you can with anybody who loves art. Whatever helps. I mean, somebody once told me, a couple of rich people told me in my life that if I lived in New York, I would be able to sell all this stuff, and it's true because that's where some of the most richest people are. That's why there's so many art galleries. But this is Montreal is not New York. It's a very artistic type city, but hey, don't forget that Quebec has a 15% sales tax. So it's not exactly the cost of living is cheap in terms of other places, but now when it comes to taxes. So again, thank you very much for watching. Merci de regarder. Je peux vous servir aussi en français si ça vous intéresse. There's Gloria. I'm going to wake her up a second there. And yeah, she's like, what are you bothering me for? It's nap time. Right? Meow. Of course, if I had the pericarditis was so bad lately, which is not, thankfully, I'd probably be in bed with her right now. So take care, guys. Thanks again. All the best, and be good. Bye-bye.